And then a guy will approach me on the street and go, "Hey, give this to Scotty, would you?"
Yeah.
And I look at it, and the thing doesn't make any sense. Nothing rhymes. There's really not a song there. It's just a bunch of thoughts jotted down. Yeah, go write songs, but you can't all of a sudden jump to the commercial side and think that you're going to have a number one if you haven't written with guys who are some of the greats and learned the craft.
Now, have you talked to Jim Collins about this?
You know what?
Kind of stuff?
Jim was so kind. Before I even moved to town, I flew to Nashville because I wanted to sit down with Jim and just learn and see him help me, with an idea, get a song across the finish line. And I flew in, and we sat there until about 5:30 that night. And I watched Jim sit there and go through lines, and he would scratch out a line that might have been cool, but it wasn't the right line for the song. And I learned so much just in that one day sitting there with Jim
That's pretty
Collins.
kind of somebody who's had a lot of success.
So kind. I mean, the fact that he would do that and then walk me around to all these sessions, he didn't have to do that, but it set my benchmark where I knew, okay, this is the level these guys are on.
You see,
And I'm down here.
for that.
I'll tell you this, I sent him a text when I got the Scotty McCreery gig, because at the time, Damn Straight was headed to number one, which Jim wrote. And my third show with Scotty, we had a kind of a number one party on the bus. And I thought, how cool is it that the guy from Nacogdoches that co-wrote that song, now that song's going number one with the artist that I'm working with. That's amazing. And so I sent Jim a note, and I said, man, I just want to thank you for investing in me. And I tried to make that known before, but if he ever hears this, I hope he always knows how infinitely grateful I am, because that was the beginning of my stay in Nashville, was him opening his door up long enough to let me sit down and see the craft and see the process.
And how infinitely connected all these dots are.